So 2 weeks in, we're ahead of schedule. I thought we had a really nice scrimmage yesterday morning. We got a great week of work in against each other. Kind of that time in fall camp where you're tired of going against each other, so we've got to fight really hard to keep the competition up this week, get better at situational football, and we'll scrimmage again next Saturday, and that'll kind of be our last scrimmage before we start working on Abilene Christian in 2 weeks. So excited where we're at. I like our team. Quarterbacks are playing well, which is always a big key in success and winning games. We all know that. I think they've had a good week last week, better than the week before. Kind of got off to a slow start. Completion percentage has certainly gone up. Defense is flying around, running to the ball. We forced 3 turnovers yesterday in the scrimmage, so that always gives you a chance to win. Offensive line, much improved in the back end. I like where our corners are at right now. Our body types look different back there than what Tulsa was playing with last season. And the running back room has been impressive. Dominique Richardson, Sevion Morrison, and then Presley have all been spectacular in the first 2 weeks. We're a little banged up. We rested some starters yesterday that have some minor injuries, but nothing major. So 2 weeks in, we're very healthy. So we got to push forward this week, continue to iron sharpen iron, if you will, in practice. We'll be on the grass a couple times, in the stadium 4 times, and big week ahead. So questions?
At the start of camp, you told us basically there were no offensive linemen that had solidified a spot. Where are you there?
Yeah,
right now?
we're having a personnel meeting actually in about an hour with our GM and our coordinators and strength coach and our full-time staff. I think there's probably 3 guys that have solidified spots. I think the right guard position is still up for grabs. Cam East had a really good day yesterday at right tackle. Simon Wilson's certainly the starting center. And then left tackle's Jaquan, certainly the starter. The guard positions, Ender had a good day. Hunter Erbs had a couple good days. Sean Hill, transfer from NC State, maybe the most improved player on offense. He's had a really good week. And but right now I'd say the definite starters, if you ask me right now, I'd say Cam East, right tackle, Simon Wilson, center, and left tackle Jaquan Adams, all transfers.
With this being the last week of fall camp, where do you want to see this team at the end of the week?
Yeah, I want to see us healthy. I really, really, really want to make sure we don't have any soft tissue stuff. We want to be fresh going into that first game. But also situational football is going to be big for us this week. A lot of third down tomorrow. We're putting in some third and long stuff. Tuesday, second and play it. So working on 2nd and 10, playing out third down. We'll hit the red zone again on Wednesday and tackle to the ground. We got to get a backed up period. We got to get a 4-minute period, a 2-minute period. And, we'll treat this kind of like preseason game number 2. Yesterday was preseason game number 1 from an NFL standpoint. Next week will be even a little lighter load on the starters and try to get the young guys some work.
Have any of your perceptions changed, maybe on an individual player or group that are better than what you thought they were going to be so far?
Yeah, I think the corners are playing well at times. They had some breakdowns in the 2-minute drill the other day on Friday, but corners had a good day yesterday. We played some man, and I thought they covered our guys really well. O-line's been a nice surprise. Linebackers are playing at a high level, but I thought they were pretty good in the spring. We 2 for 2 at running back, so we brought in 2 new players, and I think we've upgraded there. So anytime you can upgrade in today's college football world, you need to go ahead and do it. And as fast as we can do it, we're going to continue to switch 1 for 1 if we have to every transfer portal, whatever we got to do to get better players.
Things can change, obviously, from practice to practice, but from a situational standpoint, have you been happy in general with those moments that you've operated at?
Yeah, I thought the 2-minute drill was won by the offense on Friday and turned around yesterday and did it in a live situation. The defense was 2 for 2 on holding the offense in a 2-minute situation. So when you're the head coach, I know I call the plays, and it's very hard for me to not be offensive biased, but you really want both sides of the ball to win certain drills. Like when you go play 7-on-7, you want the offense to have success, right? There's no pass rush. You should be completing balls. When you go team pass or 2-minute, that's defense should win that drill more than not. Red zone, defense should get some stops down there because the field shrinks. So you kind of got to look at it from the head coach and the CEO point of view, which I'm getting better at. I've been a head coach for years, and I think each year I get better at doing that sort of stuff.
So how do you feel like the relationship is going to be between you as the play caller and your offensive coordinator, what is that person's role if you're going to call the plays during the week?
Yeah, it's more day to day. Like when I'm doing this right now, he's meeting with the offensive staff and getting things organized for practice tomorrow, covering the film from yesterday. It's more the meeting spaces and the times that I can't be there. He has to be that quarterback coach and that offensive coordinator and the voice of reason. Like he'll come to me, hey coach, you care if we put these 3 things in? You know, and I'm like, yeah, or no, and then he installs it. So people think play calling is all about Saturday. It's really about Sunday through Friday. That's when the good ones win the games.
Is there a game from last year that you feel like kind of epitomizes what your offense should be like?
Yeah, we played North Dakota State. You know, we lost at the last second on an onside kick. They recovered an onside kick and beat us, but we ran the ball for 250 and threw for 225, 250. We'll probably throw it a little more here, and Kirk's not necessarily a runner, so got to protect him a little bit. Don't want him to get hit, or Baylor or Steven. All 3 of those guys are not. They're not bad athletes, but they're not going to wow you, with their legs. So we had a runner last year, so we'll be a little more pass heavy this year, but been impressed with the way we're running the football.
Just now through the first couple of weeks, you've said it before. I'll ask you again. Kirk Francis, kind of what does he look like through the first couple of weeks?
Yeah, I had a good day yesterday. I thought he got off to a slow start. First 5 days, I was ripping his butt, and he was taking it. He likes to be coached hard. I can coach him hard. I like that. I like a quarterback who likes that and wants to be pushed. I've noticed he started meeting with the receivers and the skill guys on his own. First time he's done that. So he's taking some more leadership roles, and we all know that position, that's part of it, right? Tom Brady was not the most athletic, not the biggest arm, but he was brilliant and competitive, and he brought it every day at practice. So Kirk's starting to understand that. He had a really good week this week and a good scrimmage Saturday. I think he only went 27 plays yesterday, so he needs to get some work this week.
Devin Robinson was one of the guys from defense that was in here. How would you evaluate kind of what he's looked like?
Devin's awesome. I wish I had 20 of them. I wish we had 20 Devin Robinsons. Talk about a good human being, great kid, leader, does everything you ask. And if a fist fight broke out there, he'd be the first one to mix it up. And that's what you want in defensive players. You want guys that they're not afraid to mix it up. They'll run through somebody's face. And Devin Robinson will run through somebody's face at any given moment. And that's what football's about. And he's been awesome. I mean, a great teammate, great kid.
If you could talk about the receivers, say who's stepping up, just talk about the receiver room.
Yeah, Zion Booker's a matchup nightmare. Defenses are scared to play man when he's in the game. Brandon Presley at running back is a matchup nightmare for linebackers and safety. So those 2 guys change the game immediately in man coverage. Mikal Miller's a great route runner. He's had a good camp. Josh Smith is a name that you're gonna need to know. He's a freshman that didn't play much last year, but he's a dude. I'd be shocked if he doesn't play in the NFL. Jacob Emmers, freshman from Texas, that Switz recruited, has had a great camp. He's been a big surprise. Zion Steptoe and Micah Tease. Tease came on strong Friday. 2 huge catches in the 2-minute drill, a 40-yard catch on the defensive sideline, and then a 30-yard touchdown to win the drill from Baylor Hayes. So that was really good to see Saturday. He needs some confidence, and he's doing well.
Yeah, Trey. It sounds like you're going to move Braylon all over the field.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean Morrison and Dom are going to be your primary traditional tailbacks?
That's right.
And
yeah.
and what have you liked about those 2? You mentioned them already.
Yeah, they're hammers, man. Like they get those dirty three we call them, dirty 4. When there's not a lot of space in there, there's an extra defender, red zone, short yardage. And sometimes you gotta bring it and find a way to get 3 yards. They always fall forward. And they've played a lot of football, a lot of good football. Nobody remembers, but Dominique Richardson, freshman year at Oklahoma State, I think had 600 yards as a true freshman until Ollie Gordon showed up and beat him out. But Ollie's a good player. So Dom can play. Dom's a good football player. Sevy can play. Sevy's a good football player. So, yes, if we put our best 5 players out there right now, our best 5 skill guys, it would be Presley, one of those 2 backs, Foley, Zion Booker, and Makai Miller. And you throw Josh Smith in there for red zone and big receiver targets. But those 5 would be the matchup nightmares for people.
Anything else for you guys? Barry?
Yeah, you opened with Abilene Christian, and of course, FCS, you know all about that. Some of your guys, just anybody, it's a natural letdown to think less of them.
No.
But the fact that Abilene took Texas Tech to double overtime last year, probably should have won the game. Is that make it easier for you to sell that opener?
I don't think we have to sell anything right now to these guys just because it's the first game, new regime. I think, if anything, we're going to have to calm them down a little bit. I think they're going to be so excited to play. But Keith Patterson's a hell of a football coach. We all know that. They won 9 games last year and should have beat Texas Tech. Great team. Not a good team, a great team. And I've been in these games on the other side of it, and it's fun for them because they don't have anything to lose, you know. And I've been in a bunch of these where it comes down to the last score. We were at Gardner-Webb, Coastal Carolina, Liberty, you know, a lot of group of 5 games that you're in and you're right there. So, yeah, it's terrifying for me. But the players are going to be ready to play. And Coach Patterson's going to have those guys ready to go, but we'll have our guys ready too.
You just mentioned Foley. That's tight end seems like it hasn't been talked about collectively as much as some of the other positions. But what about Brody do you like that you've seen so far?
Yeah, I mean, you guys came to practice that were here on Wednesday. I think those tight ends had 4 touchdowns in the red zone period. We're going to throw the ball to tight end. It's a weapon. I love 12 personnel and getting in unconventional formations, if you will, because I think that's really hard to defend. Defensive coordinators typically only have 3 or 4 calls to 12 personnel because nobody's in it all the time. So we want to change the picture with our tight ends, and the more jobs that a guy like Brody or Landon or Luke Tevis can do, the more dangerous you can be from a formation standpoint.
Maybe early, but any idea of what's the personality or identity of this team, do you think, so far?
Yeah. Right now we're really hungry. We care a lot about each other. This week will tell me a lot. I think we're hyper-aggressive right now. I think it's a team that we're going to have to calm down more than get ready. And that's a good thing. We're young, but we're like a hungry pack of dogs right now. And they want to be let out of a cage. They do. And when we come out of that stadium, I expect a packed house, and I expect our guys to fly around and play organized and play clean. But I expect us, number one, to play harder than everybody else.
Maybe along those same lines, I mean, you were introduced here 8-9 months ago in this room and painted a picture for, you know, what you wanted to establish.
Yeah.
What has been accomplished culture-wise in these handful of months?
Yeah, it's been, you know, coaches talk about that a lot, but, you know, culture is what's in your building. It's what happens every day. It's alive and well. You're either coaching it or allowing it to happen. And I think we got our hands in the right places right now. I think our strength coach is phenomenal. Our strength staff is phenomenal. Our coaching staff is really good. And it's all good right now. Now, we hadn't lost a game, so we need to see some adversity. How do we react when we get punched in the mouth? How do we react when we lose a game? How do we react when we're losing at halftime or somebody gets out on us 21-0? You know, those things are going to happen. It's football. It's college football. It's not going to be pretty. They got coaches, too. Every team we play has great coaches that are paid really well. And, you know, I check the websites. They got good coaches. So, yeah, it's not going to be sunshine and roses, and our kids need to understand that.
Is protecting the quarterback and then getting after the quarterback, are those maybe the 2 biggest concerns right now?
I feel good about protection right now. I really do. Yeah, we're going to have to create some pass rush for sure. I think our starters right now are good at it. Nakai Johnson's a real problem for a guard. But, yeah, we need some edge guys to step up. Like, that's certainly a place of concern right now. We got to get some edge guys. We went and got 2 guys out of the portal in May. They've done well. You know, Ty Cooper and Joe Akash have played a lot of football. Ty played 700 snaps at Mississippi State in 2 years. But he played off-the-ball linebacker. So now we got him as edge. And he's done great. He's doing well. But yeah, we're gonna certainly have to create some pressure. It's we all know how important that is. One quarterback's comfortable, another one's not. The comfortable one's 90% of the time gonna win the game. So yeah, we got to get after them.
Yeah, when you talk about the change, the new culture, all that, this day and age, a lot of teams go through that. Do coaches know generally how good they're going to be, or is it a total mystery for you two?
I think we have an idea. I mean, I could see us winning a lot of games this year. I really could. I have confidence that we are going to be able to coach and play our way into fourth quarters of ball games. The first year, in my experience, the hardest part is winning the close ones. You know, typically you get over that hump in year 2 or 3, but it's such a new team and so much new talent. Hopefully we can let our talent run away with some games at the end and put some people away. But sometimes that's an acquired experience that you have to go through. And we'll see. I love our team. I love our guys. I think we're going to be in every game. I really believe that. I think we will be in every game. There will not be one game where we go out there and that we will not match up from a skill standpoint, size standpoint, strength standpoint, depth standpoint. And I have full faith in our coaching staff to be able to put us in position to be successful.